I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, Book 5. Working title, How Low Can You Go? Last time in How Low Can You Go, Ava's roommate moved out. Her new roommate is escaping jail in Paraguay for an attempted murder, and her friend Rick suggests that she sell acid to make money to get to art school. This is the next chapter. It's called New Skin. On the way back from Release, driving in silence, still high from the joint we smoked, with Rick, If You Leave Me Now plays on the radio as the mustache guy reaches across the gear shift to put his hand on my leg. I expected this. I can say no because the neighbors are respectable and this guy wouldn't do anything against my will because he'd know they'd find out. He did drive me to Release, which was a lot easier than busing or hitchhiking for me. 5 hours out of his night, which he could have used to come on to someone else. It's not his fault for mistaking me as, well, he's guessed right, because I will have sex with him. Hard problems require hard solutions, even if it means that hardness creeps into all areas of life. I am proud. I'm wearing a black bodysuit with cut-off jean shorts over top, so maneuvering around the gear shift with an, if not unwilling, not exactly cooperating either, partner makes it difficult to get the suit off. He smiles. When we get to yours, eh? After the sex, which I'll spare you, reader, Leon says he can drive me to Concord. Relief. If I ask one of my brothers to take me, they will, but they won't want to. Family. You'll do anything for them, but you'll resent it. In our family, it's more men must look after women. A big chore for them, but a big chore for us women as well. To be in need when you're not, and to keep your strength focused on narrowly prescribed working class and church-approved ventures. So I charge a U-Haul trailer to my trusty MasterCard and fill it with as much of my belongings as possible, leaving what doesn't fit in a huge pile in the basement. I hope I can get a job in Concord and not have to sell the acid. When the landlord does the move-out inspection, I tell him I'll have the stuff in the basement picked up as soon as possible. I expect it'll be less than a month, I lie. Who am I going to get to pick it up? My brothers? There's no room for it in Concord. The house is already full of people and their things. Still, I plan on having it shipped to wherever I land. I've left my private journals in that pile, for one thing. The landlord says, okay. He's nice about it, like I know he's going to leave it there and wait for a phone call from me. As I type this in 2017, I can still see his soft eyes and small smile as we talked in his basement. An Asian economics professor at University of Arbor. He didn't even comment on the paint job I'd done on his walls. Hot. And Leon's truck does not have air conditioning. Traffic is so bad it takes an extra hour to get into Concord and another hour to snake our way through the city to my downtown Chelsea Market home. Chelsea Market. Doesn't get better than that. Well, maybe it does. Because Leon has to turn right around and drive back to Arbor to be on time for work. Surprise registers briefly in some deep part of my brain, like there's my subconscious, an endless blanket of orange, red, black, always moving, and a slight indent appears when the man says he has to get back for work. Staring out the open window, breathing in the city odors of exhaust and pavement, relief washes over the divot of surprise. I won't have to have sex with him again. Still, I feel an odd respect for this high-waisted, acid-wash, jeans-wearing, classic rock-listening, mullet and mustachioed person. He cares more about his job than getting a quick fuck in. It's like discovering your cat has kittens or something. I assumed he was a car mechanic because of the way he dresses, but he must work in a factory if his job starts in the middle of the night. Something here where Ava explains that she knows she is different than other people but has to do what she has to do to survive, then challenges the reader to put themselves in her skin. My new place is a few houses down and across the street from Flord Magroot College, where the government wanted to send me for graphic design training a few years ago. The school building is a beige brick, personality-less block, not interesting looking like the Concord College of Art. I don't want to be on welfare here, but refuse to be sad about my circumstances. I didn't design this shitty world where men are people and women are tits and ass. I apply at any and every restaurant and bar. No one calls back. I'm so tired of feeling like I don't matter, which I don't. Like I have to be thankful. thankful for any crumb thrown to me. The art gods, well, they're allowing me the chance to prove myself. Not just anyone can pay thousands of dollars to go to Concord College of Art. You have to be accepted. The sheet of acid sits placidly between the pages of an old Wired magazine. I sit on the steps of my new home, 2 racks filled with clothes I got from that house in Arbor in front of me, standing on the grass beside the cement path through our tiny yard. I worked hard making funky signs for my sale. Clothes of love, they say in multicolored and decorated pastel text on cardboard. Next door, the neighbors sell clothes too, but without any signage. People walk past my bright signs and vintage polyester and turn in there. Is it me? My heart flutters as I wait. I've never sold clothes before. Relax, I tell myself. At the very least, sitting outside on your step in the sun gives you something to do. Is it my signs? Do they signal one thing while my nervous face another? I join the customers next door, where I buy a pair of cowboy boots and some slutty lace lingerie. Next chapter, sex, drugs, and bad love. My acid sales are going great, in spite of or because of. I don't know why I was going to say in spite of everything. Life is pretty fucking fantastic in Concord, to be honest. I'm popular, attractive in my red lipstick, short shorts, and docks, or fluvogs. Like I did when I got my first docks, I bought another pair of shoes with a welfare check. This time I had no qualms or guilty feelings. My dad's voice ringing in my ears. You've been on welfare your whole life. You can damn well raise a child on welfare. I crow about my government-paid-for $200 sandals showing off their distinctive design with the wooden, part wedge, part carved-out heel soles and soft black leather straps. Thank you, Brian Mulroney. I laugh, as do my roommates, neighbors, and Anja. I call Rick and tell him to send me more movies. That's what we call the acid on the phone. People love this LSD. I haven't done any, keeping my vow to only sell, never do. But the neighbors and my roommates all say it's the best they've ever had, and at $3 per, the best deal. The neighbors, the bunch of Jane's Addiction-looking rockers who wear fake fur coats and lots of makeup, men and women both, ask me if I can get whole sheets for a rich friend of theirs. He'll pay $5 a hit and buy 100 hits at a time, they say. It seems too good to be true. But I up my standard price to $4 per hit for anyone outside my circle, $5 if I'm selling at parties, of which there are more and more. The neighbors have house parties. We have house parties. Ours are more backyard parties. But business is good and entropy at bay. At bay. Rook sends me movies tucked into the pages of old Wireds. I mail them back, $100 bills replacing the sheets of joy.